we had that video, and that video was up 6 months, a year, I don't even know. And it didn't really get that many views. It was titled Great Conversation with Muhammad.
Right.
Nobody looked at it, right? So then I saw this guy, Emmanuel Acho, I think his name is. He played for the Eagles. He's like a host on Dancing with the Stars now. He had this series called Uncomfortable Conversations with a Black Man. A lot of the conversations were similar to the things we talked about, like police reform and all this kind of stuff, right? And this was getting millions of views and people were loving it. Something about that I'll admit drove me kind of crazy was it was so forced and unrealistic, and there was no sort of pushback at all. It was just like you say something and it was just like, it was a little too kumbaya for me, if you know what I mean. The other thing about that bothered me was how it was presented as if it was like some sort of unicorn. Like, oh my God, people from different races are having a conversation. And in my head, I'm like, that happens every day across the world, you know, but especially in the Uber. And, you know, I thought of our video because we talked about a lot of the same things. So what I did was I changed the title to match his title, almost like a parody. And the top comment, I say something like, you know, because if you don't know that video, you'll be like, uncomfortable conversation with a black man. Like, this wasn't uncomfortable at all.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, and
it's stuff that happened, you know.
But so long story long, I ran into you like a week after I changed the title. And you're like, you didn't happen to see the video.
Yeah.
So you were like, send me the video. And I was like, oh, man, I just, like, 2 weeks before it was called Great Conversation with Muhammad. And now I'm seeing this guy that I only met one other time by Uber. And I'm sending him this video entitled Uncomfortable Conversation with a Black Man. I hope you didn't take offense to that title in any way, because I didn't find it uncomfortable at all.
No. At the end of the day, I'm a black man. You know?
Yeah.
Black man. It's just obvious.
Something that I learned from that, though, when it was great conversation, nobody was interested. But when it was uncomfortable conversation, it's like, oh, what's going on here?